All right, we're
Okay.
recording and we can start with the employee tax retention. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let me first make a disclaimer on this right now. There is legislation in the House, right, and that's already passed the Senate. The infrastructure tax bill, which is going to be $2.5 trillion or whatever it is, we're trying to figure out how to pay for this. Okay. So if the bill passes Congress, which is going to be voted on the 27th of September, this program is going to be cut 3 months early, meaning September 30th is going to be the last day that we're going to get these credits. But the law as it stands right now, it's supposed to go to December 31st. Okay.
Got it.
Now, that doesn't put any type of let me see what we would say urgency on your part, because you can always file retroactively for the credits that we're about to talk about.
Mhm.
And these credits are and just kind of refresh it in case anybody else is listening later on, is it basically, as the law stands right now, it's $33,000 per employee for 2020 and 2021 combined.
And that's just a
That's
flat rate. Like you have this many employees, it's 30,000 per employee. Why?
Well, it works like this. It's going to work like this. 2020, it is 5,000, a maximum of $5,000 per employee.
Mhm.
Okay. And how it works is it's 50% of the wages that you paid them up to 10,000. That's how you get to the 5,000 bucks. I pay somebody $10,000, 50% of that is 5,000. That's how much I should get back for that employee. Okay. So now the thing is this: since you're filing retroactively, what you're going to do is you're going to look back on your 2020 payroll and see anybody who you paid as a W-2. All right. And you would basically tell your payroll company that you would like to file these wages and qualify them for the employee retention tax credit. Okay. Who do you guys use as a payroll now? Do you have a company like ADP or something like that?
We have Gusto right now, but we had ADP in 2020. We switched in March this year, but we
Okay.
have all the documents saved.
Yes. So Gusto was probably going to be the custodian of all your documents, both present and in the past. So I would assume that they would do this for you. How you would file for this, there's no application process or anything like that. I'm not sure how much in-depth information you have on the payrolls, but it works like this. Every quarter, there's something called a 941. This is a quarterly tax return that is filed. It basically states what you paid everybody and how much Social Security and federal income tax you withheld for these people. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to go. And so now what you're going to file is a 941X, which is essentially an amended tax return. 941X, you tell your payroll company you want them to file 941X for 2020 and all the quarters for 2021 that have already been filed, which in this case would be quarter one and quarter two, because we are in quarter three right now. Okay. So going back to kind of what we talked about, 2020, $5,000 for up to 5,000 for every employee that you paid for that year. Okay.
Got it.
Now,
So is there a limit based on how many employees you have? Like it's only a certain amount applicable, or is it up to, like, if someone has 100 employees, do they get that?
Yes, it's up to 100. It's up to, I think the number is 100. That's what it was down. You guys are not at that situation at all. So it benefits you totally. You can go, if you had 10 employees and you paid them all up to 10,000 bucks, that's like what, 50,000 bucks? Is that what that works out to be? Yeah, 50,000 bucks. So now it's going to take you some time to get that money. I would assume 3 to 4 months. That's how long the IRS is going to take to process these amended returns. Okay. And I imagine now what will happen is you'll get one check for all the past periods. So first quarter and second quarter. Since you're in third quarter right now, I would tell your payroll company that you intend to do this for third quarter. That way they don't have to file an amended quarterly return for the third quarter. It's just they would just when they make the filing, they would put all those wages and classify them under the employee retention tax credit.
So tell me, I mean, it sounds pretty straightforward. That's it, right? Once we do that application, well, it's not even an application, like you said. You just tell them that we're filing that, and then do we get it like some sort of confirmation that it's like been accepted? Is there can we get declined? Do we just wait at that point? What happens next?
As far as I know from my experience and experiences, the people that I've talked to about it, there is nothing that you will get from them other than this check. I would say that the intermediary is going to be your payroll company. So you'll follow up with them, be like, listen, oh, and also be sure to tell them you want it refunded to you. Okay. Because what can happen also is that you'll get the money and it will stay in credit, and the IRS will basically like owe you this money. So any tax dollars you owe them, they'll just be discounting it against this credit that they're holding. You want to check, there's one box that would check for a refund, and that way they cut you a check for whatever it is that they owe you.
And that's to prevent them from just hanging on to it and putting it towards the tax. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense. Well,
yeah. So then the recap. Yeah. What's that?
I have one question. Well, maybe this is going off topic, but why is it that this tax credit is so underground compared to like the PPP and the other loan? I forgot what it was called, the EIDL loan. Yes. I heard about those. Everyone heard about those. All the gyms I know were talking about getting them, and most of them did get them. This is substantial, and it's already like coming to an end almost. Why was it not talked about?
In 2020, it was either or. It was either PPP or the employee retention tax credit. So you had to choose which one it was. And most people, small businesses like us, benefited from getting a PPP. And in December, as the administration was outgoing, they passed this law called the Consolidated Appropriations Act, kind of under the radar on their way out. And it did a whole bunch of different things. And one of the things that it did was open up ERTC for people who also receive PPP. So it just like opened the floodgates. Now, if you knew about it, then you could go after the money. A lot of people just didn't know about it. It just didn't really make news. And so people just started getting more and more information as they went along about this credit that you could file for. And I think they're going to keep it open. Well, again, they want to figure out what to do with this money. It's sitting there. It's like billions of dollars that they have earmarked for it. So if the more people that don't hear about it, they can move this money out and spend it on other projects. Okay, so look how much money you could get now in 2021. It's $7,000 per employee per quarter. So instead of $5,000 a year, it's now, as the law states, $28,000 per employee per year. So essentially, if you paid somebody $40,000, which is the limit for the whole year, right? That's 70% of that is $28,000. That's what will be credited back to you.
And that's only for 2021.
This is a once in a lifetime stimulus that they've put out there.
Okay, reiterate this for me, because now I'm getting a little confused. I want to stay on track and understanding it. 2020 had a limit up to $5,000 per employee for the full year. But for some reason in 2021, you can also apply. Is this a separate thing we have to file? Or when we file that initial document through the payroll, we say it's for 2020 and 2021, and they'll just fill in the blanks as far as like up to the certain amount. They have all the numbers, and we're going to get back much more in 2021. And you said that was per quarter. So 2020 was 1 year total, 5,000 per employee. 2021 is 7,000 per quarter per employee.
Yes.
Join our mighty network of martial arts school owners for free at www.blackbeltbusinessunion.org. Help unify our industry.